Ophelia was, she was kind of like their grandma. She was very caring, and it was as if she was the glue that stuck the family together. Tara was second, and she always felt like she was a bit more of the kind of smaller, more fragile, more needed more protection.
18 months ago, Akira celebrated her 35th birthday with the twins in their Mullumbimby home.
I felt hope like that I hadn't felt for a long time. They were so happy. They were like, it was like they were cackling, like their heads were falling off. They were so happy.
The next day, she dropped the girls off to see their dad, her ex-partner, James Wright. That was to be the last time she ever saw them.
Twin 4-year-old girls have died in a house fire.
The adults were enjoying a large bonfire out the back.
The candle fell onto a piano. They had toys and bags underneath the piano, and that they caught alight, and these are all plastic. They choked and as they were asphyxiated.
It was the children's father who went to Akira's home to deliver the news.
My first thought was, where are the children? Because how can you be standing here and where are they? And he told me, and I started screaming, and I just screamed, and I screamed so loud. And then at about 7 that night, we drove up to the Tweed Heads Hospital to view them. And it was because that's where I birthed them, that drive. And just like not going into the maternity unit, but going into the morgue. And I couldn't touch them because they were behind a glass screen. And that really hurt me because I couldn't even be with them.
The girl's father told police he was at a gathering around a bonfire listening to music 50 metres from where they were sleeping. He said he and his girlfriend were checking on the twins throughout the night. It was discovered the smoke alarm in the girls' room had its batteries removed. How do you think the police treated this case? Do you think they investigated it thoroughly enough?
I don't think they investigated it thoroughly enough at all.
In January this year, the coroner ruled Ophelia and Tara's deaths an accident that didn't warrant further investigation. She said at most an inquest would remind parents not to leave children unattended with a naked flame and not to tamper with smoke alarms.
The coroner has decided that it was a tragic accident. However, there are unanswered questions that have been raised by Akira. Why the battery was removed from the fire alarm.
Akira's eldest daughter, then 7, was at the party and noticed the alarm had been disabled.
And she has said that to me. Mummy, my daughters would still be alive if that fire alarm wasn't taken apart.
Searching for answers, Akira has returned to the Byron Bay hinterland for the first time since her girls died.
So this is where it happened. It was a cabin called the Love Shack, just down the road. I would never thought I'd be standing here having to recount a story where two people don't exist anymore.
In her grief, Akira still hopes that the girls' deaths will be a warning to other parents.
There's some real basics to parenting where you're like, and basics to living. You leave fire alarms, like you don't leave an open flame with children unattended. Like it's like the 101s.
What's your relationship like with the father now?
Strained, and very minimal.
In a statement opposing an inquest, the father says coroner Karen Stafford undertook a thorough and impartial investigation into their heartbreaking deaths, which included expert input from the police and medical professionals. But the decision not to hold an inquest was devastating to Akira.
I did call them and I just went for it. I just demanded, what if this was your children? What, would you be happy for this to happen? Would you be happy for them to be left alone? Why? Why are you not answering these questions? And no one could give me an answer.
The pain of losing one child, double that, and not having answers.
Yeah.
It's just such a frustrating situation for this poor, beautiful mum. And, yeah, hopefully the coroner reconsiders.